My name is Joseph Ray, and I am the founding president or principal, so to speak, of the In Front of Science Boys Academy. Our motto is creating the critical to solve the critical. In Front of Science Boys Academy was birthed based on two premises, one being eschatological and the other being realism. Eschatological refers to how we as men will ultimately end up, and then realism refers to the truth that our mind sees, the way our mind conforms to our realistic ideals. I brought both of those two ideals together, and that's how I formed the In Front of Science Boys Academy. Now, scholars and educators alike would tell you, or they would argue, that education is the civil rights movement of the 21st century. To some degree, I agree with that thesis, but in other areas, I disagree with that thesis. I happen to believe if you take a kid out of a negative environment, regardless of the parental support, regardless of the educational background, regardless of the socioeconomic status, and you insert that kid into a positive environment that encourages learning, that sets the stage for where that child is headed, then that child will learn. Now, do I think teacher effectiveness goes a long way? Sure. Do I think a kid needs to be in an environment where the leadership is on point and the objectives are clear? Sure. Do I think all kids are capable of excelling in any educational environment? Sure. That's the reason why I formulated the In Front of Science Boys Academy. Now, one of the contingencies to our school is our kids and our parents will understand that your child will not actually graduate our school until they are accepted into an Ivy League school. Now, I've heard the naysayers, I've heard the arguments from different educational leaders, why send them to an Ivy League school? My question is, why not? One of the things that really sparked my interest in Ivy League schools is I've noticed from just our school setting, the undergrad institution that I personally attended, they taught us, go to school, get an education, and get out and get a job. Well, when you go to the Ivy League setting, they are taught, go to school, get an education, and get out and create a job. We have a very distinct differences in the two. Now, ask yourself as a parent, would you want your son to go to school and work for somebody else for the rest of their lives? Probably accumulate a salary that's not even going to be as high as a student loan debt? Or would you rather have your kid go to a school that teaches them the skills for the 21st century? That way they can run the Fortune 500 companies. They can become, whoever it is they want to become. Ask yourself that question as a parent. Now, there's a lot of people on the sideline that talk about great education and what's wrong with the educational system, but there's very few people who have actively taken the approach to fix the education system. I happen to be one, but I need your help. In order for us to make this happen, for us to send 100% of our young men to an Ivy League school, we need your support. To support us, log on to www.infrontofscience.org. That's www.infrontofscience.org. Click on the Donate tab. We are 501c3, which means we're a nonprofit in relation to the IRS. So all of your donations are tax deductible. But it's not even about equal giving. It's about equal sacrifice. There was a study that came out in 2010 by the Sword Foundation of Public Education, which said only 7% of the African American males on the 8th grade level were reading at proficient or above grade level. Just 34% of their Caucasian counterparts were doing the same thing. Now, there's all this discussion about the achievement gap. Well, first, we have to establish a group that's actually achieving. 34% is not achieving, neither is 7% achieving. So I think we have to come up with a comprehensive plan or a comprehensive system that will enhance the learning of all kids. I'll come up with that plan. It's called the In Front of Science Boys Academy. Once again, to log on and for your support, www.infrontofscience.org. Thank you.